What's up, everybody? Just wanted to share with you some of the upgrades, some of the changes, some of the repairs, and restructuring stuff kind of things that we did to our fort since the last video. We had a Horde Night 100 this last Saturday on our stream on Twitch, and they did a significant amount of damage. Not a catastrophic amount. I only say significant because they did breach the walls and they did get into the fort. There were some issues that I'll explain that I didn't realize were a thing, but I'll get more into that as the video goes on. But yeah, I just want to share it because the fort is growing to be a lot more involved than I originally planned, but not in a bad way. More on that in the rest of the video. All right, well, I was trying to wait for daylight, but we run 2-hour days, and that's just taking too long. So I'm just going to go ahead and start now. To start off, we installed a whole new kind of entry into the fort before the drawbridge just kind of dropped down onto what was the platform for a wall over here. It's kind of raised up now. It opens up for you automatically. What we got now is a little dart trap slash electrical fence kind of setup. This is going to continue to open and close while I'm standing here for a moment, so just ignore that. That's fine. So what I got underneath here is 2 sets of bars. And this little room down here ties into our maintenance. I still don't have a name for it. Maintenance tunnel? We'll call it a maintenance tunnel. Our pit maintenance tunnel down there. There's a little vault door down there. But anyways, I'll take you down there and actually show you it. But there's basically 2 cameras on this side. They detect if you're zombie or not. And if you are a zombie, they send power to the dart traps and they send power to this electric fence right here. And it simply goes from there, across the way, and over here. So the idea being that if a zombie's trying to walk over here to the front door, following one of us as we walk in, they'll try to go in here. Motion detector senses you're a zombie, shoots you with the darts. Probably won't kill you because you're only going to get hit a couple times, but you'll get stopped by the electrical fence wire. And I have a 15-second timer on that. So it'll stay active for 15 seconds and then it's safe to walk by again. If you are a player, an ally or a player or myself, the camera over here detects you and then it sends a signal over to the drawbridge. And that's why it keeps opening and closing right now. So I'll show that really fast. It's not too complicated. The wiring was kind of a pain in the butt to figure out because you can have 2 sets or 2 different switches activate a door or a center or something that you're trying to open and close. The problem is you cannot have a wiring relay in between those 2. You can't extend those wires. And I can explain that maybe more in another video some other time. I don't want to get too involved into that. So anyways, over here, this leads into that maintenance tunnel I was talking about. Kind of a pain in the ass to get in there because this wiring relay is right here. And then this right here is that room. So you can get in here, make any changes. If they do happen to breach, I am going to have a speaker. I'm going to get set up in here, probably tied into one of these cameras over here that are already detecting for zombies, strangers or zombies. And I'll probably put a speaker in here. Actually, no, that won't work. I'll have to have another camera. But anyways, I want to have an alarm set up where a speaker or a siren will go off if it detects zombies in this room. So maybe I'll put some just pressure plates down or something like that. Because during a Horde Night, nobody should be down here. So if a zombie happens to fall and step on those pressure plates, it'll sound off and let us know that there's been a breach. But anyways, the ceiling above me, that's the second thing I want to show. Let's go down here. Hope my keyboard isn't too loud. Okay, so our last Horde Night, over on this side, the wall was breached. And what had happened was... Oh shit, the blades are out on this side.
No shit.
Yeah, what the fuck happened? Did one of them blow up and set off the relay or something? Oh, god damn it, dude. Think you can hold this for a second while I install a new relay real fast?
Yep.
Alright.
Go for it.
What the fuck, man?
Oh shit. Watch yourself.
Oh shit, they're in here. They're in here.
Oh, fuck.
They broke through the wall, that's why. I'm stuck
they just
now.
fell through the hole. They just broke through.
Alright, I'm stuck in the wall. I literally can't move.
Oh, shit.
Originally, I had a hatch here in the middle. And I have a hatch in the middle because to wire in all the blade traps, 2 of them are missing right now, but to wire in the blade traps, I had to have access to this maintenance tunnel in the center. I couldn't go from, show you real quick, I couldn't go from a wiring relay like this. Some of these are missing because this wall was destroyed. I haven't installed them again. But I couldn't go from a wiring relay, let's say right here on the wall, and go all the way down here, up and around and into the pit to install it. The wire would cut off. So I had to have a hatch in the middle. But during this Horde Night particularly, there was only 2 of us. There was me and Little Red. Diablo and Coffee couldn't make it to this one. So while it wasn't relatively difficult with the amount of zombies that we had to deal with, they did do a pretty good amount of damage because they pinpointed this one area. Boomers were going off on this wall. And what I found out later on is that these hatches, I actually had them attached to blades that were onto the sides. So this entire surface up here had blades, or excuse me, not blades, but the iron spikes like those. And when I put the hatch here, for some reason it attached to the spike, not the floor, the surface here. So when that spike was destroyed, this hatch went along with it. I don't know how that was possible, but that's what happened. So now all the spikes have been removed, it's been destroyed, and it's been installed correctly. Also, last time, this wasn't this high. There was only 1 block. I decided to double everything up. So now there's 2 blocks of steel reinforced concrete there, and 2 blocks of steel reinforced concrete here, as well as on this side right here. Now the walls down in the pit, this side is still 1. This is just 1 block of stainless, of steel concrete. Over here, originally this was 1, but I've upgraded that till 2. So I think possibly the last video, I can't remember necessarily, we might have shown that right over here around the drawbridge, zombies were flooding in through the front area near the drawbridge, coming down here, and they ended up, they ended up destroying one of these blade traps, and then they destroyed these spikes, and they were digging away at one of these walls, and we didn't notice it for a while, and one of these steel blocks was destroyed. The one on the bottom, they just destroyed the steel plating, but they hadn't destroyed the block. And they hadn't realized to me before that it'd be that easy for them to destroy it if they knock these blades out and they're sitting there just tearing away at it. So I dug in back through there, and I dug out the entire area around the entire base, a very narrow path, because I don't like the idea of digging underneath my base. And I installed a second layer of wall back there. And you kind of saw the entrance to it a minute ago. I'm going to show it real quick. You can access it from any of the corners. They all have hatches, and the hatch that's in the middle of those sides, like I showed earlier. But you can also access them from here. So since there's so many, since there's so many hatches and pathways and tunnels and things now, I kind of have everything kind of color coded for the most part. If it's blue, it leads to the surface. And if it's red, it just leads to one of the maintenance tunnels or goes down. The only one that's not blue or red is the new pit wall maintenance, and that's what I'm about to show you now. So, pit wall maintenance is literally, get up there. I don't know why it's glitching like that. But pit wall maintenance is literally that. This small corridor that you see here, this wall here, this steel reinforced concrete, is the wall that is now directly behind the wall you just saw in the pit. So they're 2 blocks thick now, and they go around the entire fort. And there's hatches on all sides except for this backside, because this backside, the hatch on the outside actually goes underneath here, and it just wouldn't work. But yeah, so the idea being that if zombies had destroyed some of the blade traps and they started tearing away at the walls, and they happened to break through one of the walls like they did, not Horde Night 100, but Horde Night on 93, that they'd have another wall that they'd have to deal with before that would happen. And I'm also going to be installing some motion sensors or pressure plates or something like that, so that we can kind of be notified by an alarm system in case there is a breach in that wall, so we'll know ahead of time. What else? I don't think I mentioned this. I painted the entire fort. That was probably the first thing I should have mentioned. I painted everything. I like this color, or this texture. Kind of the concrete block, kind of cinder block looking kind of deal. Everything except for that which is steel. This way we can identify if the steel plating has been destroyed or not. Everything else like that is just regular white reinforced, concrete. I put some little doodads up there, some burning barrels, and made like a little, some little flames. Awesome, had them on the towers up front. I put some kind of more pointier peaks up there and raised those a little bit so they look, a little more menacing. Not that zombies would give a damn. Let's go in here. Also up top, the whole surface I covered with these steel plates, or iron plates. So these are actually the catwalk pieces. You could pick just a regular square catwalk piece, and I laid and layer across the entire top of our fort. And this was really just not so much for aesthetics. It does look pretty cool, but because the surface up here that we were standing on was the only block in between the roof and this down here. It was just one block. So if something happened and broke, it would just flood into one of these rooms or whatever. So just kind of a little bit of extra protection, a couple extra 2,000 extra hit points on the surface up here. I installed these and iron reinforced all of them. What else? What other upgrades were there? Other than that needs to be fixed. Other than that, the only other thing I can think of that might be different now from my last video, well, I also did this. I installed the stairs that accesses the basement. Don't remember if that was in the last video or not, but that's a thing. Yeah, so the other thing I upgraded a little bit was non-necessary, but I wanted to, was in our tavern. In our tavern, I installed some more candle lights because the torches were kind of blinding. They were very bright. And I installed a nice little VIP section back here in the bar. Get your own nice little VIP section, custom table. You can come over here, sit down, get a drink, watch the show, or whatever the hell you want to do back here, Cool. As far as upgrades and changes, that's practically what is this. That's pretty much it. But yeah, this is the fort as of now. I'm sure there'll be more upgrades and changes coming. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Let me know if you like it, or if you think there's some changes or upgrades, or things maybe you've done that you think we should try. Yeah, this fort's been very, very fun. Super proud of it. It's been a blast making it. I love making stuff like this. Love crafting like big projects like this, especially in 7 Days to Die. By far, I think it has like one of the best crafting systems of any game I've ever played. This has been real great too. So anyways, yeah, let me just think about it in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you want. You don't have to, this is just for fun. And come check us out on Saturdays. We stream on Twitch, or try to do a Horde Night every Saturday, but sometimes it doesn't work out. But we do stream about 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Days to Die for a couple hours. Yeah, stop by and say hi. Other than that, cheers, thanks for watching, and have a good day.